Gucci not playing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you said that.
This nigga team 99 overall everything. This shit is crazy.
You start that. Yeah, I think even like this. That's a dog. He'll think the monitor should be minding his speed, and then I think he on the defense with the Auburn player. I ain't gonna lie. I put everybody on LSU down except for him purpose. I like this year, man. I don't see too many people talking about him on that draft board.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
Man, what's going to go crazy? You want to just wear like a beard or something.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30.
Come on, get this nigga X Factor. Hey, listen.
It's glad players you put in there.
Told your mom about it?
So, what's your computer generated?
They'll go to the ground.
Just TV gonna do.
Huh?
Guys, when you think about the big picture for Baylor, we start the season top 25. Clearly, expectations are flying your way.
I want to see them.
Might come some roadblocks. Well, I think you're going to
Please. Please text me back, though.
your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. He'll take the deep shot.
Awesome.
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown Bears! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise in the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they light up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. All wideouts, no backs. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Lindsey. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. The throw to the outside is complete. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And the Golden Bears look to keep this drive humming. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. The Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. All right, guys, let's talk a second about Cal. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster. And they think they've got some impact freshmen in this class as well. Can't wait to see what they do today.
They'll go to the air. Fires into the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they have to...
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears!
And I love it. This offense making no bones about it. We're going to be aggressive. We get the ball down in the red zone, 4th and goal, Palmer. Stay aggressive. They run the football, and they get the touchdown.
And that's the shocking thing, David, is that on 4th down, they have supreme confidence in this offensive line to win up front, one-on-one, get some push, and then how about the ball carrier just finding his way into the end zone?
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Baylor offense back advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They believe they can run right here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
The Bears are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw on 3rd. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end. Fires the pass, intercepted. Looking for more room. He's at the touchdown, Baylor! And they turn it into a defensive score. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty.
On the set. Green 25.
He leaves it with his back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Golden Bears with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. That's caught. It's Lindsey. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. The give to the left side. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Got it inside the 10. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
And the Bears have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown Bears! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Looking for blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To the air on first down. Gets it out fast.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
The Golden Bears can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sweeney. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Looking to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Just keeps slinging it. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. And the Golden Bears are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Right down the middle. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
To the air on second down. This one's complete.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Golden Bears really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Quickly complete. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And how about that third down? They go 5 wide. They've spread the defense out, and at quarterback there, you're just trying to find your best one-on-one matchup. You're making a quick throw, and you're picking up the first to keep the drive going.
And the Golden Bears will line it up on first and 10. Using his legs, it's Lindsey. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. Tight end now in motion. From the gun, he'll try to throw. They're working that left side. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
play-action fake. Makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And this offense has put together a really nice drive, man. You really want to pay this off. Obviously, third down approaching. Got to be smart with the football, but we want to cut into this lead as much as possible. Down a couple possessions. This will be huge right before the half.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
First and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead.
Come on, set. Go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Cal! Quick strike through the air for the score. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
He's down here. He does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost it.
Coming out with it, it's Hussein. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Hussein. Creates a little room. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Finds his tight end. Breaks into the open. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
The Bears are flying down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he's got a chance. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Let's talk for a second about Baylor. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Hussein. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they are going to be gassed.
The give to the back.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Trying play action. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Baylor! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Going right to work up top. Right on the money. Powers through. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
We need a 2-minute offense. When you're this explosive, this offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
Rides the back on the option to give. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking to the big tight end. Got a man. It's Sweeney. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The Golden Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Wow, already up to 250 catches for his career.
That's a lot of catches. How about the consistency of this young man, the durability, the toughness? He's got all those characteristics, Palmer.
250 catches is impressive, too, because every...
What a job to lay out and make the catch. Touchdown, Golden Bears! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to go up top on first down. The screen, and watch out. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. So now it's 2nd and long. to throw. He's working against the clock. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And the Bears come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Wants to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Touchdown, Bears! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And that's just a fantastic job of executing the two-minute type situation by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead, that gives them tremendous confidence heading into halftime.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. The give on the counter. Finding an escape route. Turning it on. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Pulls it in. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking deep. Makes a catch at the 15. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. From the 14-yard line, it's first and 10.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We we've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Touchdown, Cal! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Hussein. And the returner is stopped.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. The sure hands, it's Agbana. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
The give to the tailback. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Going over the top. Makes the catch down the right side. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
The Bears are rolling down the field. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. On the move at the 30. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
You cannot let that happen to you defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front 7 even get a finger on that guy.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Baylor! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. First play of the drive wants to throw. Here comes the heat. That's a fumble on the play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, Dave.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. It's complete. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears! He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Stanford has the lead right now, but there's no John Elway on this team, and that's why we have a tight one there on the farm. They're up by 8 over Fresno State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Working that left side now. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete. Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. The Golden Bears in the hurry-up.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
Working on the right. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. And the Golden Bears getting set on 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. He wants to throw it again. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Throws to the tight end. It's caught downfield. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, 1st and goal. The Golden Bears started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Golden Bears! Great job by the back on the option.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the returner goes down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Going to the ground. Got the 1st down and more. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Fires to the tight end. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Makes the catch. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. You want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll run it from the gun. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
2nd down, he'll throw it. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Cal! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Oh, they could not have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Looking to the big tight end. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback now breaking the field. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. He'll send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Playing the field position game as he makes the fair catch right at the 50. To the air on first down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Fires to the big fella. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Touchdown, Golden Bears! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Boise State took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for that trip back to southwestern Idaho. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. There he goes. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Bears send out the punt unit. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. They tied it up with a touchdown drive, got some good work from their defense, and now here in the 4th quarter, an opportunity to move on top.
Well, he was trying to do it all by himself. At the end of the day, it's a tackle for loss.
I mean, the number of tackles he broke, at some point, somebody's got to get blocked to help the guy out a little bit.
Man, the defense was like a bunch of zombies on that last play. They just would not stop chasing that ball carrier.
Motion from the back. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it down the left side. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Get you some of that. And with that completion, now he's over 400 yards on the day. That's a really, really good game for this quarterback. He's been almost flawless.
Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll send the back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Lindsey. Tackled there by the defense.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone coverage, man coverage. They've mixed up personnel. None of it has worked. This guy has carved them apart.
It's caught. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
Let's go.
Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Lindsey. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Under fire. Got out of trouble and throws. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
And back to the air on second down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one. And the Golden Bears come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. They just keep firing. Fires to the right. He caught it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Tries again to get it in.
44-42. I got 3 timeouts.
How much time left?
They need 28 seconds.
They've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed.
Try the onside, hold on to 3.
Because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head
How you playing this game?
down,
You playing that game.
found a rhythm, and in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
Hey, stay. Oh!
Here he comes from inside his own 5.
How you can trust something across the middle? Again.
First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Get it out to the supersonic guy. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open, couple of touchdowns here, and he moves the sticks again, Dave.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
Hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Back to pass. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Powers through the defender. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36.
Let's go.
He does every single thing right on that play. Late in the game, you're trailing. You need to get this first down, but you got to try to save as much clock as possible. He's able to get out of bounds and do precisely that. Could not have asked for a better opportunity.
Looking to throw on first down. He wants a big play here late. Catch and stride inside the 15. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Well, the offense is finding success throwing this guy's way. He just had a massive, massive play, his longest catch of the game. And I think if you're on offense, you got to keep looking this guy's way. He's now starting to prove that he's eating his guy alive in coverage, and he needs more touches.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
This is about that
They need
3,000
7
yards.
more yards to reach the end zone. It's second and goal. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A touchdown here on third and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
From the gun. Under fire. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
Yeah, that's just a play the quarterback can't make. Fourth down, down by the goal line. That ball's got to find its way in the end zone somehow, some way. You simply cannot take a sack. I know it's difficult. The defense is bearing down on you, but you've got to